Hi, here on the homestead, one of the things that we need to do every morning is to get out and get our chores done. And some of the chores that we do here, which are pretty minimal for the amount of animals that we have, is to feed and water the chickens, check their feed mainly, and make sure that they get put outside into the chicken run so they can get lots of sunshine. And in the winter, it wasn't that big of a deal because there really wasn't a lot of sunshine. And so as soon as we got out here, we'd let them out and then we'd put them back in at about 5 o'clock. Sometimes it was only 4 o'clock. And we just go ahead and just do it all manually. Well, as the summer's coming and everybody's getting busier and we have a lot more meetings and Bible studies and things like that that go into the evenings, we're realizing that this is just not going to cut it. We can't run on this manual system. So we went ahead and rigged up our chicken coop to have an automatic chicken door. So now in the morning when we go out to do our chickens, they're going to be waiting there for us to check their feed and give them fresh water before we go over and check our sheep and our cows.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty excited about this new addition. Now, if you've watched my videos in the past, you know that this chicken coop cost us $0. It was something that was already on our property. It was something that our great uncle John that we bought our property from had raised, I believe, peacocks or something in it. So we drug it with our skid loader from one side of the property over to here. And we got it all set up, stabilized, rebuilt the bottom and the floor in it and set everything up. And these chickens are loving it. And it has been the most minimal financially. So now we've had to invest $60 in a door. And I tell you what, it's a pretty darn good $60. This morning when I came out, all the girls were outside enjoying the sunshine. Last night I came to put them in and I went ahead and did the remote manually just to make sure that everybody got in and got myself a little bit more familiar with the door itself. Now, according to the instructions, it says that there's a beep that happens before the door goes down that hopefully eventually the chickens will train to that sound. When the beep happens, they'll start to go inside. And also, kind of like a garage door, it's supposed to stop if it feels anything in the doorway and give it like 3 seconds and then continue to go. So hopefully we won't have any incidents with our chickens. They seem to be loving it. I'm thrilled that they're able to be out here first thing in the morning. I went ahead and put it on a timer. It can either be on a timer for whatever time you want it to open in the morning and then close in the evening, or you can have it to set at whatever percentage of sun up and sun down. So I had it on the timer. Today I'm going to try it actually according to the sun thing. We're going to have to come out here and check it every day for probably the first week in the evening just to make sure that everybody got in, because we do have varmints around here. We have skunks and coyotes and raccoons and all sorts of things that would love to be able to figure out a way to get in to the chicken run if there was a chicken left out by itself. So we definitely do not want that. Had my husband record installation of it, which was quite simple. With the only exception was that the outside of our chicken coop is made with tin. So it's got like that wavy outside. So pretty much all he had to do was to build a wood backer and then leave the opening the exact size of what the opening of the chicken door is, secure it, make sure everything's all squared up and level. And there's no way that any type of animals can get through and access inside the chicken coop on the back side of that door. It is sealed up tight. So I'm very thrilled about that. And so far, so good. The chicken coop door is operating as it should. If you had a wooden chicken coop with a nice flat surface, you would just mark off the opening for the door, cut that opening, and then screw the door to the outside of the building. Whereas we have the metal and it's the corrugated tin, we had to build that frame around it. And so my husband had to go and round up all the wood and the screws and all the stuff and then do all the measurements and square it all up. At this point, it is complete. The chickens are not freaked out by it. They seem to be really enjoying it. And I, as well, will really enjoy it once it becomes a very automatic system. And we'll fiddle around with the timer in the evening to make sure that it's not closing too soon or maybe closing too late or whatever, because the chickens do, for the most part, kind of put themselves away at night. They kind of put themselves to bed once it starts getting dark. So we just need to find that right balance of darkness for the chickens to go inside and take care of it. So I'm very excited to be able to have this new contraption. That this chicken door has a remote control. While I'm gathering eggs, if I wanted to lock them down, I could just hit the remote in my pocket and close the door without having to go up and around and go through the chicken run. Your chicken run and chicken coops can be set up different than mine, but having a remote is pretty handy. After he installed all the little parts to the door, the last thing we had to do was to simply hang this panel just on a screw right here, and then we just ran the wire down and it plugs right in to the door. I don't know if you can see that very well. Of course, I'll have the link to the door down in the description so that you can make sure that you get the same door that we got. So if you like this kind of content, please make sure to like and subscribe, leave a comment.